what all do we need to survive, or for that matter for life itself to exist? Of course, we need food and oxygen, and the third most important thing that we need is water. Water is a very precious natural resource. Now, what is the significance of 22nd March? You know, 22nd March is celebrated as International Water Day. What is the need to celebrate Water Day? You see, this is being celebrated to make people aware of the significance of water in our life. And 2003 was celebrated as the International Year of Water. In fact, from 2005 to 2015 is the decade, International Decade for Water. Why so much of hue and cry for water? See, initially we thought that water is limitless, so we kept using it. But imagine if somebody keeps drawing money from the bank and doesn't put it back, or even if puts back only very little, then what will happen? After some time, the money in the bank will go into thin air. Similarly, water is replenished or returned back to nature through water cycle. So, everything was happy and comfortable till the water returned and water consumed were at par. In fact, it is better that if the consumption is less than the rate of replenishment. But now what is happening? This cycle has got disturbed, and as a result the consumption has become more and the replenishment is less, and then there is water crisis. In addition to this, the main source of water is rain, and the rainfall is not even on earth, it is uneven. There are some places where there is plenty of rainfall, and there are some places where there is very little of rainfall. As a result, water is scarce, as in the case of deserts, in our own India, as in the case of Rajasthan. There are villages where women and children walk miles to just get a bucket full of water, right. Now, just to understand what is the need for water and how much actually everybody needs, you know, it has been observed that every human being must get at least 50 liters of water or 2.5 buckets in a day. Now, some of you would laugh because you in cities may be consuming much more water than this, and there are also places where 1 bucket of water is available for the whole family, and the family is also not small. So, the struggle for water is very high. Now, let us understand the total availability of water by doing a small activity. You can take a bucket of about 30 liters and fill it with water. Now, this represents the entire amount of water available on earth. Now, with the help of a spoon, which is about 5 milliliter capacity, you take 100 spoons of water in a mug. Now, this represents the fresh water available on the earth, because you know the seas and the oceans are saline. Now, from this mug you take about 30 spoons in a tumbler. This represents the groundwater, and then just take about a quarter of a spoon full of water. Now, this represents the lakes and the rivers. After you took water from the bucket, whatever water was left on the bucket is ocean and sea, and that is saline. So, it is not available for drinking, it is not potable water. Similarly, the water present in the mug also includes glaciers, snow caps and so on. It is frozen, so even that is not available. So, actually very little water is available for drinking and for other purposes.